week 1. Alright, so we're a full body split. This full body split is going to have an emphasis on strengthening the lower back. So we're going to start breath and brace, abdominal 360 breathing. I want your back against the wall so that your butt's touching the wall and your ribs all the way up and your spine is touching the wall. You're going to do that abdominal 360 breathing, making sure when you inhale, you feel your body breathe into this wall. So after that is finished, you have a little warm-up. It is optional. If you're using correct technique with these strength sets, you shouldn't need it. Some people feel better when they do just a little bit of warm-up, which could be something like a minute on the stair stepper, or it can be 10 scat push-ups. So push-ups just using our shoulder blades rotating across the back into 10 H's. So we get some light dumbbells or little change plates and make an H with our body. 10 air squats and 10 glute bridges. So there's that warm-up. It will continue throughout this cycle if you would like to use it. If you feel better warmed up with a minute or 2 on the stair stepper or treadmill, or skipping it altogether, that's up to you. Strength sets. These strength sets I have switched into upper pull, push, and then a squat variation, hinge variation, and a high rep finisher. If you want to do supersets on the uppers and the squat and hinge, you can. So you would do one movement directly into the next movement, a minute rest. One movement into the next minute, a minute rest, just like we've been doing. If you want to keep them all separate, you can keep them all separate as well. So our first upper pull, we're doing 3 rounds of 6 to 8 bent over rows with 15-pound dumbbells. I want a hinge, pretty good hinge, and I'm going to pull the dumbbells towards my hips, and I'm going to squeeze at the top before I lower back down. Pull them towards my hips, squeeze at the top, lower back down. As soon as I finish that, if I'm supersetting, I'm going to take a seat on a bench or on the floor, and with 10-pound dumbbells, I'm going to press, and 1, 2, lower. Press, 1, 2, lower. Same rep scheme, 3 set rounds of 6 to 8 repetitions. If you can do it with 15-pound dumbbells, go for it. I'm feeling like we may need to be a little lighter at the upper body at first, but if you feel real comfortable with 15s, just use it and let me know. After that, we are going to move on to a barbell. You're going to get an empty barbell to start off with, do a few practice reps, and then move on into 3 rounds of 4 to 6 barbell back squats at about 55 pounds. So if you have a 35-pound barbell, which is a standard women barbell, you'd put 10 pounds on either side. On these back squats, all you're going to do is reach your butt back, sit all the way down. The tension in your legs goes away, but you never release your core tension. Then you're going to press through the floor to stand. Sit your butt back, press through the floor to stand. I don't want to see any kind of rocking at all. It is a plant your feet, press through the floor. After that, you're going to switch your barbell onto your hips and just slide down off the side of your bench or box. We're doing 4 to 6 glute extensions. Now, if you want to strip the weight off the bar, do so and have 35 pounds here. If you feel comfortable at that 55 pounds, then you can try for that and just let me know. You're going to end this strength set with a high rep finisher. On this high rep finisher, you're doing 2 rounds of 20 reps of a bird dog hover and adductor squeeze. I'm going to put a yoga block, ball, something squishy, a rolled up towel that you have on hand. 20 more reps. So you're moving on to the Metcon after that. We're going to keep these Metcons this round, or this cycle, under 10 minutes because we have a bigger strength set to make sure we hit all body parts. Within that week, if we miss a day, or ideally if we hit them twice in 1 week, we'll have better muscle growth and definition. So 9-minute Metcon, you're going to do 1 minute on, 30 seconds rest. You're going to start with med ball slams for a minute, 10 to 20 pound med ball or wall ball. You want that hinge back, slight bend in the knee, pull that ball straight up and overhead, and then slam it back down. So, if I'm where you can see my whole body, that ball goes in a straight line from the floor to overhead, and then I slam it straight back down. So this doesn't have to be super fast, it just has to be super intentional for that minute. And then you're going to hop on the stair stepper at a pretty good pace for a minute. Rest 30 seconds as you're getting back to your med ball. Back and forth until 9 minutes is up. Then our accessory work is 2 minutes per side of an overhead dumbbell hold with a 20-pound dumbbell. I'm going to hold that dumbbell overhead, but I'm not leaning. Shoulders, hips are stacked, feet hip width apart, and I'm breathing. I have to hold this rep down because it wants to flare out. I am thinking about keeping my core strong and stacked all 2 minutes, and then I'll switch to my other side and do the same thing. I suggest that you start this accessory work with your weaker side. So for me, I would start with my left side and then move to my right.